Welcome to the restricted area. I'm Zach Harper. My man to my left is Wosny Lambre. Today, we'll be joined by our special guest, Jerry Ferrara from TV and film stardom. But first, I've got a recommendation for you. Go to theathletic.com/restricted area and you're gonna get the best access to the best coverage of sports on the internet for just $3.99 a month. Wos, that deal's too good to be true.
Get it!
The New York Knicks may be the most valuable franchise at just over $5.5 billion. That's million with a B. But when it comes to winning, their credit is maxed. Wos, this team has not made the playoffs in like 8 years. Not since the days of Amar'e and Carmelo. And since then, they're just the bottom dwellers in the East.
Zach, I got a sick joke for you. What's the difference between the Knicks and the Celtics?
I don't know.
The last Celtics championship pick isn't in black and white. Oh! Felt that on the internet, big dog.
Bet you did, Wos. It all began June 6, 1946, when Madison Square Garden was granted a charter franchise in the newly formed Basketball Association of America. Ned Irish was the Knicks' founding father.
Does that make Jim Dolan the founding stepfather?
Oof. The Knicks made the playoffs in 9 of their first 10 seasons, but after that, it was downhill for the next several years until things turned around in the late 60s under coach Red Holzman. And finally, after 24 years in the NBA, the Knicks won their first NBA title in 1970.
Who could forget the captain, Willis Reed, the league's MVP that year, stepping onto that Garden court in spite of his badly injured leg. Fans going crazy. Feels like yesterday, Zach.
You weren't even born yet, Wos.
I know, I saw it on TV last night though, man. Harvard Classics, baby.
1967 to 1975 was the golden age of Knicks basketball, as the team made the playoffs 9 straight times. That culminated into their second NBA title in 1973. But if I can channel my inner Walt Frazier here, they were the cream of the crop, but it all came to a stop.
Yep, that's right, Zach. The Knicks got right back to losing by the end of the decade in the 1970s and into the 1980s. From 1976 to 1982, they made the playoffs just 2 times. Sheesh!
Things again took a turn in the early to mid-80s under Hubie Brown and Bernard King winning the scoring title in 1985. The same year they drafted possibly the greatest Knick of all time, Patrick Ewing. But a career-ending injury prevented King from reaching his potential. In the early Ewing years, just not that good.
That all led to what I believe to be the true golden age of New York Knicks basketball, what's still fueling insane fan enthusiasm to this day. Between 1989 and 2001, the Knicks were always a threat. 14 straight playoff appearances and even made it to 2 NBA finals. But they suffered numerous heartbreaking losses along the way with coaches Pitino, Pat Riley, Jeff Van Gundy, Don Nelson, etc., etc. So many coaches, so many heartbreaking losses.
And players, right? Like Charles Oakley, John Starks, Chris Childs, Anthony Mason, but they could never really put it together again. The rest is history. James Dolan took over the Knicks in 1999, kicking off the team's 2-decade reign as the NBA's worst franchise. In fact, the Knicks have won 40 or more games just twice since 2001, and in the last 2 seasons, they've combined for 38 wins. How is this team the most valuable franchise in the NBA?
Come on, Zach, you know the vibes. New York!
So here we are in 2021, and for the first time in a long time, the Knicks are showing real positive signs of life. New players, new coach, new management.
Same owner.
I mean, yeah, Wos, but like we might be at a crossroads for the Knicks, right? Like we might be at a crossroads. And to figure this out, now we bring on Knicks superfan, diehard, TV star, movie star, and friend of the show, Jerry Ferrara. We're now joined by our friend Jerry Ferrara, noted New York Knicks fan, Knicks 2K Gaming GM, a star of Power, star of Entourage. Jerry, we've only had you on in the past on the podcast when things have not been going well for the Knicks. Now, the Knicks have a coach in Tom Thibodeau. They play defense. The young guys are good. This team might actually be headed in the right direction, so it's only fair to bring you on so we can kind of celebrate the Knicks for once.
Yeah, I would have been a little ticked off if you guys didn't even call me at all to come on, because I've come on graciously every time when it's 3-10 record. So I appreciate getting the invite in this situation where I could actually flex a little bit.
I'm kind of salty that Zach didn't bring up Think Like a Man. Everybody always talks about power and Entourage, but Think Like a Man.
Go through the whole resume?
I mean, we might be doing a third. Who knows?
There you go.
Now, who knows?
Jerry, what do you think about this Knicks team, though? Because they are a lot of fun. They do have a losing record when we're recording this, but things are definitely different than pretty much everything in the last 7 years.
And you could tell pretty much out of the gate. It was a little rough in the first couple of games there, but you really felt like the team was buying in. It's even just little things, just the way they're helping each other up, the way they're literally talking on defense, the way they're trusting each other. There's just none of the the heads hanging low after a bad play. And you got to give coach a lot of credit for that, but you also have to give guys like Randle. When the young guys step up like this, it's really nice to see. I'm still hoping my boy Frank gets some burn. Haven't given up on my guy Frank, but whenever you guys just want to mention Quickley, just let me know, and then I'll jump in. But we can wait
for that. I'm happy you brought up Thibodeau, because I think for people like me, I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of roll my eyes with the whole CAA thing, but Thibodeau's come in and he's kind of killed it.
I am not trying to say I knew it, I told you so, but the fact that the Knicks for a hot minute were ranked number 1 overall in defense, but it's little things. I thought Fizdale did a good job with Randle, where he did have Randle handling the ball, but even going to a lot of Knick games in that time period, I always wondered, every rebound, the outlet pass was going to Randle. So Randle wasn't playing point forward. He was literally bringing the ball up after every single rebound. I felt like that was a little much. This year, you could really see he's still, obviously, you look at his assist numbers, they're playing through him, but they're not outletting the ball he's not bringing the ball up 70% of the time, which I just thought was a problem.
Jerry, tell me about Immanuel Quickley, this rookie. This rookie just killing it right now. He's the future of the Knicks.
Whew, listen, man, it's been a long time since we kind of had that point guard who not only could create for himself, but create for others, who can get you a bucket. We heard Paul George and Kawhi were talking about the floater in the locker room. It might already be the greatest floater of all time. I mean, it's up there.
Wow.
It's off the bank. It's down the middle. It's from the side with no backboarders, however you want it. But the biggest thing is he could shoot. If the Knicks are hitting their threes and if RJ's shooting well, they're actually going to really be in the game at the end.
I know Zach is actually really high on RJ. I'm a little bit lukewarm on him.
First team all-rookie. Official vote. No one else was with me. First team all-rookie, Jerry.
I think he's got everything you really want. I mean, obviously he has a lot of room to grow, but I mean, how many guys truly do come in the league, finished products where it's really going to come down to the jumper, right? That's the big knock on him. Then you look at we talk about Quickley. Quickley has the J, but Quickley's not as big as RJ. When you know a guy's going to go left and you still can't stop him from going left, you know he's talented.
So, Jerry, what about the culture of the team? Obviously, this has been an issue for, let's just say, 2 decades. Do you feel like the culture's headed in the right direction?
I mean, I do, because it's about basketball. Of course, we had all the KD, Kyrie hoopla, they're coming to the Knicks and all that. And, I get it. That's always going to be a thing in New York. Every big-name free agent is either going to be, hopeful that they're going to come, or every Knicks fan's going to talk themselves into why they're going to come. But I think that maybe behind the scenes for the first time, they knew maybe, this is not something we should depend on anymore. We need to build it from the ground up. And you have now a war chest of draft picks, and one is even starting to look pretty good right now in the Dallas Mavericks pick. I mean, who knows? Long way to go. It feels throwback. I'm not going to start talking about 90s Knicks, but it feels like it's coming from the ground up.
I noticed you kind of straddled the fence, Jerry. Do you want to do the asset accumulation and swing for the fences on a James Harden type, or potentially come in with a free agent by James Harden type? I mean, disgruntled star player on another team, or do you want to just watch them see this through? Playlists like the way Oklahoma City's doing it. Which one would you rather see them commit to? The one that's failed for 20 years, or something
what a
different?
Loaded question. What a loaded question.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself. I don't even know. Damn, Wos, I thought we were friends. I would thoroughly enjoy a build it from the ground up process. Not saying I don't want James Harden on my team, of course, but having also been burned a few times thinking you're going to get the big free agent and not, I would be happy consistently getting to the playoffs for a few years. Like, I get it for Brooklyn. It works. And now you got 3 assets that's all you really need that can carry you to a championship. We ain't getting 3. We aren't even getting 1.
Yeah, you got to get the 1 first, right?
All right, you heard it here first, Knicks fans. Stop dreaming about Bradley Beal. The Knicks are going to build slowly, methodically through the draft and smart signings. Jerry Ferrara said it here on restricted area, y'all.
Screw that. Trade for Bradley Beal. He's so good. Get him out of Washington, man. He's so sad in Washington. He could be happier as a Knick, which I didn't, Jerry, no offense, I never thought I would say that, but he could actually be happier as a Knick.
Well, what are we giving up? What are we giving up?
Who cares? It's Bradley Beal, man.
Quickley's number 1 on the list,
No, you're not
Jerry.
giving up Quickley. It's a Quickley Beal backcourt.
Never, ever. No. I just can't.
Quickley is now the most untouchable New York Knick, ladies.
Untouchable.
Of all time.
Yes, of all time. We've been waiting for a guard like this forever.
All right, Jerry, we want to have a little bit of fun with you. You know that game, Marry, Bleep, Kill? Well, we're not going to play that. That's very aggressive. But we're going to do Start, Bench, Wave.
All right, Jerry, now you got to choose between these 3 Knicks. Which one will you start, bench, or wave? RJ Barrett, Immanuel Quickley, and Obi Toppin.
Oh, man, you guys. I'm a start RJ because he's in year 2. I'm a bench Quickley, although I don't even feel right saying that. And I'm going to cut Obi, and I hate saying that because we don't even really know what Obi is yet. But if you make me play your game, fine. That's what I say.
I don't feel great about this next one, Jerry, because Start, Bench, Wave, more historical, Patrick Ewing, Walt Frazier, or Charles Oakley.
Oh, God. I'm going to start Clyde because he has a chip. No offense. He's got a ring. I'm going to bench Ewing, and I'm going to wave Oakley. But I don't feel good about it. Honestly, I don't.
Right, yeah.
If I would have waved Clyde, would you have felt good about that?
No, you
I
have
would
to
have
start
called you
Clyde.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's do a little trivia now with Jerry Ferrara. Wos, kick off the first question here.
All right, first trivia question. And if you don't get this, Jerry, we're going to call you a fraud.
Wow.
What is a knickerbocker?
Is the sock? I don't know. Is it like a long sock? I have no idea.
It's like a pant. I mean, pants are just long socks anyway.
I've been a native New Yorker for 34 years now. I have no idea what knickerbocker means outside the context of a street in Bushwick, Brooklyn. That's it.
Yeah, you know what? That qualifies.
Jerry, we're gonna throw a couple multiple choice at you, okay?
Okay, good.
These are they're more fun for us.
Okay.
Multiple choice. In 1961, Tom Stith was drafted number 2 overall by the Knicks out of St. Bonaventure. What caused him to end his career after 25 games? Join the military to fight in Vietnam? He got tuberculosis? He became a mailman? Or his insurance business took off?
I feel like his insurance business took off is the answer.
That is a good guess, but no, he got tuberculosis.
Oh, God, it's a horrible answer.
Well, I think he lived, well, he might be dead now, but he lived at least from the tuberculosis, I believe.
Such a dark question.
It is. This one not as dark, I hope. Last multiple choice from us. In 1962, next year, Paul Hogue, number 2 overall pick for the Knicks. What caused him to end his career after 65 games? Joined the military to fight in Vietnam, became a mailman, car dealership took off, or he tore his Achilles?
Who you got making these questions?
Just blame Jade.
I feel like back then, if you tore your Achilles, your career was over. So I'm going to say Achilles tear?
That's a good guess, and that's a good reasoning. But no, he became a mailman. He was the original mailman. So that's
David Chang won like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, got $1 million, sent it to charity. Don't put Jerry Ferrara up there, man. Them kids ain't gonna get no.
Can we go to the 90s at least? Give me something in the 90s. I'll surprise you. You want to talk Rolando Blackman? I'll talk Rolando Blackman.
Now we're gonna go into Entourage. In season 2, episode 10, Turtle refused to wear a suit to a bar mitzvah. What did he wear instead?
No, I did wear a suit.
no, he tried to wear something other than a suit.
I tried to wear.
Oh, you tried to wear something other than a suit. I
And if
messed up my
memory
own
serves
question.
me correct.
Yeah, there you go.
I think the E character says we're gonna wear a Knicks jersey, and I think I said I'm thinking home whites.
Wow, yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
This is the last question of trivia. Power Season 3, Episode 2. You may have to decide between protecting your girl or saving your own life. Finish that line, Jerry.
Okay. We have to decide. Is it I know what I'd do?
Wow.
Oh, yes, you got it.
It is?
It's quote. The quote was, the line is, I know which one I would choose. Wow.
I know which one I would choose.
Close enough,
There's so
yeah.
many times my character, man, the way it was written, like had such disdain for the Angela character. So many of those lines when I'm talking to Ghost about like your girl, I just remember the notes always like really like roll your eye, like Angela, bro.
Last question, Jerry. All right. And this one, I don't think you can get wrong. It's not really trivia. It's more, I'm telling you, I just got back from the year 2026.
Okay.
The Knicks have won the NBA Finals. Who was Finals MVP?
This is so emotional for me because this is the stuff I think about late at night. Finals MVP in 2026. It's RJ, man. It's RJ.
Wow.
I'm going RJ.
RJ.
Defense and offense. Lockdown. Probably LeBron at this point still.
Actually, Jerry, the right answer is the media still gave it to LeBron even though he lost. But the Knicks got the title,
right.
I think that's probably
Sure.
what it is. Jerry, we're so glad we could talk some positive Knicks stuff with you. Thank you so much for joining us here on the restricted area. Plug whatever you want to plug.
Listen, man, I got nothing to plug. I just I want you guys to continue to do your thing. I enjoy talking basketball, and I just want to talk more basketball. So if in 20 games from now the Knicks are still a positive story, reach back out.
back.
And give me some 90s Knicks questions, man. 90s Knicks. Go New York, go New York, go Knicks.
That'll do it, everybody. Thanks for watching The Restricted Area. Make sure you subscribe to The Athletic's YouTube channel for more videos and check out The Athletic NBA Show podcast, free wherever you find podcasts and ad-free when you subscribe to The Athletic.